Hey everybody, Matumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. Now, real quick, I know you see what's on the screen. Don't hate me, because we are playing Goblins. We're doing this. We're just getting this out of the way. This might be a card that they get rid of, but who knows? Wanted to get these jumpstart cards out of the way. We could be done with them, and then that's it. So wanted to, highlight how dumb this card is. So, but real quick before we hop into these dumb goblins, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I know people love goblins. You like what you like. Me personally, don't like them, but there's nothing wrong if you like them. So, before we hop into the deck, if you enjoy the videos, if you enjoy the channel, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. Check out all the links down below and be sure to join the Discord. So with that being said, let's hop right into these generous goblins. Now, we had to put a slight twist on it. We didn't want to play just a stock goblin list. We didn't want to play mono red. We threw in this Grumgully the Generous. It's a goblin. It makes the deck function a little, it's a little less good because we're playing an extra color. We're really just hoping to hit this off of a Muxus and go crazy, but this says each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. So anytime we cast goblins, we're going to get goblins that have +1/+1 counters on them. But this deck is centered around the most ridiculous card in this deck. Everybody's playing it. And that is Muxus Goblin Grandee. So it's a 6-mana 4/4. You might be thinking, oh, well, it's a 6-mana goblin, big deal. No, you don't understand. This says when it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put all goblin creature cards with converted mana cost 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library. And then whenever Muxus attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other goblin you control. So that ability is pretty ridiculous. But being able to look at the top 6 cards of our library, put all the goblins that we see into play, sometimes we're going to hit 6 goblins. So it is pretty crazy. We have a lot of jumpstart cards in this deck. We have Muxus, we have Krenko. This is a reprint. 4-mana 3/3 tap to add X 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. For X is the number of goblins we control. Yeah, so how does this deck work? Well, we're really trying to turn 1 Skirk Prospector. If we can turn 1 a Skirk Prospector, this is going to allow us to sack goblins to add red mana. Then we can turn 2 Goblin Instigator, which puts a 1/1 red goblin creature token into play. So we have 3 goblin tokens. And then on turn 3, we play our 3rd land, sack all 3 of those goblins, and we play Muxus. So on turn 3, we could potentially have 7 goblins in play, and we could potentially, if we hit right, have enough damage to kill them, because we could be hitting cards like Goblin Chieftain or Goblin War Chief. These give our goblins haste. Goblin Chieftain gives our goblins +1/+1, which is pretty ridiculous. And we could hit into a Krenko. Krenko is going to tap to make X 1/1s, which all become 2/2s if we have the Chieftain in play, or if we have multiple Chieftains in play. So yeah, pretty crazy. So we're also running 3 copies of Conspicuous Snoop. This is going to allow us to play with the top card of our library revealed, and we can cast goblins from the top of our library. And as well, it has all of the activated abilities that the top card of our library has if it is a goblin. So if we have this in play and we see a Krenko on top of our library, you better believe that this Snoop is tapping for goblins. Also have 4 copies of Wily Goblin. This is going to make treasure token when it comes into play. This is going to speed up us being able to drop Muxus, but also it's going to allow us to cast Grumgully. We have 1 copy of Gem Palm Incinerator. We can cycle to kill a creature. We have 3 copies of Goblin Matron. This is going to allow us to search for any goblin card. Again, any goblin card, put it into our hand. So we're probably going to be searching out Muxus a lot with this. We have 1 copy of Goblin Chain Whirler. And we have 1 copy of Goblin Ringleader. So this lets us reveal the top 4 cards of our library and put all Goblin cards revealed this way into our hand. The rest on the bottom of our library. So again, Goblins used to not be super overpowered, but when they introduced Muxus, I mean, Jumpstart was a great set for Goblins. You got Muxus, you got Krenko, you got Chieftain. Yeah, and I think some of these other Goblins might be in Jumpstart too. Maybe this Incinerator is. No, I think that's just a anthology. But yeah, so again, I think Instigator might have been also reprinted in Jumpstart. But there's a ton of Goblins. There's a lot of good rare Goblins, and I mean, this is just the icing on the cake. Wizards really needs to check power levels of cards, I think, before they print cards. So we are, and we are playing 22 land. We've got 3 copies of Phyrexian Tower because, again, this also speeds up the clock a little bit in regards to getting Muxus down. We can sack one of our Goblins for 2 mana if we don't have a Skirk Prospector in play. So makes it a little bit faster as well. So, all right, well, let's see how ridiculous Goblins are and if we need to potentially think about getting rid of this card in Historic. So, all right, stay tuned for the gameplay. We will see you at the wrap-up. All right, well, I can't believe we're about to play this deck. But, you know, we made a small change to it. It's no longer mono red. It does have a green card that we're never really wanting to cast it. We want it just to come into play with Muxus. That would be fun. So, I think we're just going to go and keep this. This is not the ideal hand by any means. And he's going to see Goblins on turn 2 and all right, well. Get in that damage. He's looking to see what we exiled. Come on, not Fredwardo. Oh, you'd have been great last turn, Prospector. Okay. Oh, man. It was a good hit. I mean, yeah, we're going to double block if you attack. Yeah, we're just going to start getting in. This lets him crack back, but our attacks are just a lot better. You get to block and kill one. Yep. We're actually growing his knights by dealing damage to him. Oh, wait, what? Oh, of his end step. Okay, never mind. Oh, reading is fundamental. I mean, we're going to try to hit here. Obliterator. That's not fun. See what we hit. It's pretty good. That was a pretty good turn. So, I'm just going to say it every time it happens. Muxus is stupid, and it was a mistake. This is a mistake of a card. Why do they print cards like this? Like, oh, we'll let you put all the goblins you find in play from the top of your deck, the top however many cards it is. But you know, we'll just make it cost 6, so it won't be any good. So don't worry about it. Well, unfortunately, 6 mana. So this is going to be who draws what first. Well, you are off to the races over there. Why didn't you attack? They actually have 6 mana on turn 3 here. Okay, well, the likelihood they're not... Okay, so we're going to get them really good here. Yep, we play one of these. One Chain Whirler is good. And that's what you get. Yeah, so we were too busy complaining about Muxus. You know, we forgot to hydrate, guys. Luckily, that was a quick game. Now we get to see Mr. Self-Destruct. We're gonna keep. This is a weird hand. I hope we get Grumgully or Grumbelly or whatever the heck its name is into play at some point during our games. Because if we don't, then do we even play this? No. Oh, we should have played the Skirk Prospector though. That was dumb. I'm a little afraid to actually play all these 1-drops. I don't want to get got by a Chain Whirler. I wonder if this fizzles the spell and they don't get to do the other ability. Yep. Let's draw a land off the top. Oh, that's like a land, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many we hit? Oh. No haste, though. Yep, but that's still pretty crazy. 4 goblins. I mean, 3 of them were actual cards. The other one was a token. So, yeah. Again, Muxus, a mistake. And obviously, we put the Grumgully or Grumbelly or why I don't even know why I can't remember that card in here. We put it in this deck to make the deck worse. I mean, it's a legend. Obviously, you don't want more than one of them. But we're actually making the deck worse, and the deck is still really good. And I know, don't get me wrong, any deck is beatable. There's ways to beat any deck. But that card itself was a mistake. So, we're playing against Dice Magic Trick. Oh, we got a Grumgully, we just can't cast it. So, this is like having a mulligan. So we're going to keep it. We've basically mulliganed to 6. What are you playing over there? That looks like a, probably like an Emery combo deck. If only only we could sack for any color. How crazy would that be if we could sack for any color mana? Yep, we're gonna play a Krenko. It lived. I mean, that's good. Or it didn't get countered. Well, that's pretty good. I don't think we do anything else. I think we just swing in for all of the damage. And if they, I mean, if they wipe the board, we just get in for 2 next turn. Oh, it's a Song of Creation deck. Oh. And they win. Very possible. Emery is good here. Maybe we should have tried to... Is there any way we could have won? Well, they get to do their thing. Hey, remember, we mulled the 6, even though we didn't mulligan. Okay. So fairly positive they have an Oracle in their hand. They're going pretty quick, though. That's actually good to see. Okay. There's no way they fizzled, is it? No way. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, they fizzled. Oh man. I was rooting for them. I was rooting. But they were forced to try to go off that turn, and yeah, they just need one more turn. Whew. Wow. Oh, still. Again, Muxus put us in the position where our opponent was at 2 life and forced their hand. They still almost got there. Well, we are not keeping the 3, 4, 6 drop hand. It's 16 mana worth of goblins. Oh, we almost clicked on mulligan. Or keep, I mean. I guess we have to keep this, right? What do you got over there, my friend? Maybe we should have kept the goblin to be funny. Land on top, instigator. War chief, that's fine. Well, we're not blocking. Oh, that's out of the question. Yeah, we're just gonna race you. Can they cast Muxus here? No. Next turn, though. 100% getting cast next turn. Let's just draw Muxus. Actually, I don't even think if we draw one it does anything. Goblin Ringleader. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Do we... And then, I mean, we just... The goblins in play? No, goblins we control. So here comes Muxus. There's a land on top, so that's not 5 goblins. Gentle. Oh, Lord. Still don't think we survive this. If I were them, I'd actually try to cycle some of these. So, block, 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 block. Block. Dead still? So, even though we lost, Muxus still won. So yes? Okay. Don't hate me because I'm playing this stupid goblin deck. I'm showing off the fact that it's too good. We are mulliganing. This is already a mull of 6, so this is a free mulligan. That's how we're going to look at it. Play bad cards so we can mulligan into better hands for free. Mulligan, keepsies, chief, war chief. Julinho, hello. Let's play some MTG. Oh, look, they're playing the Goblins. no attacks. Oh, and the incinerator is goblins on the battlefield, not even just goblins you control. Okay. What are we matroning for? You gonna go get your own incinerator? No, you're just getting Muxus now. That's unfortunate. Oh, we're not blocked. Is this the right play? Or is it the other one? I think it's this one. Okay, so they're getting theirs next turn, 100%. So we have to make sure we get ours this turn. Even if we were to draw our, no, we can't. Let's get this extra mana. We have to get ours, right? But we can't. We have to sack everything. Does this work? Nope, sure doesn't. Take it back. Let me take it back. Oh no, we can, yes, because it's cheaper, because of the War Chief autopay. Oh man. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Yeah, so I don't think activating Krenko there is the right play since they're at such a high life total. Yep, let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Ours was a little bit better. Ours was a little bit better, and we won because of it. Okay. On to the final boss. Still no Grumgully in play off of a Muxus. We've definitely drawn it into our hand multiple times. Trip Bomb. That's who we're playing. You get to go first. Not the best hand. that the Italy flag? Come on, we don't have a great hand, so let's turn it into some good draws. Let's draw a mountain here. Stitcher Supplier. You're not a mountain. If we're gonna do this, we might as well just do this. There we go. Fiend Artisan. Alright, so it begins. So it begins. What's more important? No attacks. So I bet they Fiend Artisan to get another Stitcher Supplier. Luris? That's pretty good. Yeah, we're not blocking. We are not blocking. 3 attacks. So, is it better to Wily Goblin, generate... So we can play... No attacks. So we can definitely cast Muxus next turn. That is a thing we can do. Because what we do is we sack a creature to the tower, play the other tower, keep the new one, sack another token. That's 4 mana. And then we have double mountain. Alright, what are you going to go Fiend Artisan for? So they could cast Fiend Artisan and then sack Stitcher Supplier. Or concede. Well, that's unfortunate. We're going to get one more game in, since these games have been really, really fast. And I wonder if there's any merit to playing Muxus, but not in a Goblin shell. It would still be a Goblin shell, but we would be playing Arcane Adaptation. We already played you. Didn't we play this one? Skirk Prospector, Skirk Prospector. Lava Coil. Because it matters. Gonna do about Grumgully. Grumgully's happening. %, block that. Why would you offer that trade? We have another one. Know what you're thinking. Know what you're thinking. Really don't want to play or they would have to trade everything for this. We actually have Grumgully in play. Well, if they drew Muxus, they're going to be immediately slamming it. 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's fine. Bring the pain. Bring the pain. Okay. Gonna block. Not seem like a good attack, my friend. It's fine. See what happens. Oh, man. All the damage. Look at this. This is crazy. Grumgully pumps everything. Grumgully is definitely not needed in this deck, but it's fun. Alright everybody, welcome back to the wrap-up, and just as expected, Goblins, especially Muxus. Muxus mainly. Goblins are fine. Muxus is really dumb. It's broken. It was a mistake. Yeah, it's just really hard to say what Wizards was thinking when they decided, you know what, hey, let's print a card that does something. Especially in Goblins, which, oh, Goblins are all cheap. They'll never get to 6-man. Oh, forgot about Skirk Prospector out in Dominaria. So, and that was a reprint from Onslaught. So, yeah, Wizards, please. I can't be the only one thinking, please do something about Muxus. Really have to really think about the power level that you're putting into Historic. Some of these cards should just not be in Historic. They might end up just drawing, you know, pushing people away from the game. Power level is just so great, and you might have, you know, you're going to run into, and you know, it may not happen a lot, but it's definitely going to happen. You're going to run into some people that are new and they play against this deck and they're like, oh, that's stupid. I don't want to play against this every time I play Magic. And yeah. And as you could tell from our deck, oh yeah. Let's get into our record. So we played 8 games because our games were relatively fast. We went 7-1 and Muxus never lost. So, and that's in the sense that the only game we lost was to another Muxus deck, and we played Muxus a lot. So it's like it's very prominent. It's a deck that a lot of people are playing. So you're gonna have a lot of people who are new to the game, or they're like, you know what, let me try to give Historic a chance, and they're gonna come into Historic and they're just gonna see Muxus everywhere, and that's what it's starting to become. It's kind of like how Standard for a while, you know, it's just Nissa to Fairy into Ugin. I mean, you know, Team or Wreck. You know, there's not a whole lot of decks. You know, luckily now there's some aggro decks that are actually starting to come forward, but that's just really because of and that's only because of what the competitive meta turned into. So yeah, there's just a lot of checks and balances that need to be remade, especially not in just historic, but in standard and in the R&D team when they're pushing out some of these cards. Yeah, some of these cards just do not need to be reprinted. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna say it now. I am 100% okay with them banning Muxus. Again, I crafted 4 of them. They'll give me back my wild cards if they do ban it. So it's not a big deal. I just don't want to play against this all the time. And I'm seeing it a lot in historic. So, but yeah, tell me what you guys think. You know, sorry we couldn't get the Grumgully off of the Muxus, but in that last game we actually did get Grumgully in play. It did help, but it wasn't what we were trying to do. But it still happened. It was kind of cool. Yeah, tell me in the comments below what you think about Muxus and your opinions on whether or not it should be banned. Again, every deck is beatable. I'm not saying by any means that this deck is unbeatable, but it's not really fun, you know, when you know all your opponent has to do is get to 6 mana on turn 3 and then the game is over. So, but yeah, if you're liking the videos, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and check out all of the cool links down below. Join the Discord. I'm going to keep saying that. Join that Discord. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you next time. Remember, this channel would not exist without such amazing viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for interacting with the channel and helping grow the community. And a very big special thank you to the Patreons listed here for supporting the channel.